morning guys, I haven't done a what I eat in a day, high protein in a while, so I thought it would be nice to share with you what I eat in a day on a Friday. It means I don't have any food left from my meal prep this week, and I'm gonna cook some easy, healthy vegan recipe in about 15 minutes for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So let's start. I always start my day the same way. I give a big cuddle to my cat. I make myself a black coffee, fill up my water bottle, do some Pilates outside and have a walk. So I'm kind of cold this morning and I'm feeling something cozy, warm and high protein. So I'm gonna make a high protein oatmeal, which is basically taking 5 minutes to make. So I'm gonna show you how now. So these are the ingredients I'm gonna use to make my high protein oatmeal. So a bit of oil, some sweetener. I'm using some soy milk fortified in calcium right now because I'm in my 40s and I need a bit more calcium for hormone balance and all of that. Some frozen fruits, peanut butter, a bit of hemp seed as well for a boost of protein, and my favorite protein powder for oatmeal. I'm adding half a cup of oats. I like to use quick oats, which is basically a smaller version of oats. It cooks faster in the microwave. Then I'm adding 3 tablespoons of protein powder. Today I'm using caramel and cinnamon bun flavor, which is absolutely comforting and delicious. Perfect for winter. And then I'm gonna mix a little just to make sure we don't have pieces of protein powder, lumps of protein powder showing up. When I make oatmeal, I like to mix half a cup of soy milk with a 1/3 cup of water. The reason why I like to use both is for texture. You can of course just use soy milk, but I found the oatmeal a little bit thicker, so I just like a mix of water and soy milk. A little bit of maple syrup, but not too much because my protein powder is quite sweet already. And then just mix a little and that's it. So now give it a good mix and microwave again until it is thick and smooth. So after 2 minutes 30 in the microwave, it is thick and smooth and creamy. So I'm gonna add some topping because for now it's having about 22 grams of protein and I think I need a little more. First I added some frozen berries on top of the oatmeal so it gets a little cooler. Now I'm gonna add some hemp seed for a boost of protein. They are also packed with healthy fat, so I enjoy adding some to my breakfast. Next, to add some protein and some healthy fat, and just because I love the flavor, I'm adding some peanut butter. So I will just drizzle the peanut butter on top of my oatmeal. Here you go. And to finish, I'm gonna add some sliced almonds just because I like a bit of crunch on top of my oatmeal, and a bit of coconut again just because I like those flavors. So just like to add a bit of toppings. It makes my breakfast a little bit more fun and healthy. So here's my high protein oatmeal with all the toppings on top. It takes about 5 minutes to make. I would say it gets about 25-30 grams of protein per serve. So now it's time for me to eat breakfast and then I'm gonna go work. It's so good. To add a little bit more protein to my breakfast, I'm gonna froth 1 cup of soy milk, which will add about 8 grams of protein to my breakfast, and make myself a high protein latte. So now I add the soy milk. Look, it's so creamy when you froth it. Now it's time for me to go to work. If you follow me for a while, you might know that I've got a website, the Conscious Plant Kitchen, where I share delicious vegan baking recipes that are super easy. It's my passion. My husband is vegan and I have been doing that for 5 years. So you can see me baking all day. I change my pair of clothes to do some video because I like to have a white top and my apron to bake because I get dirty easily, and also I like to tie my hair up to make sure everything keep clean. So now I'm trying the banana cake I made today because even if I like to eat high protein food, I like to try all the food I shared on my website. It's perfect. So to make a high protein bagel, I'm using some firm tofu. So first you need to open the packaging. Some tofu has some liquid inside. This one is pretty good because it has barely liquid. So I just discard the liquid and then I'm gonna wrap the tofu block with absorbent paper like this, towels, so it removes all the liquid. You can put a heavy weight on top of the tofu to release more liquid if your tofu is very wet. Honestly, that brand, I don't need to. It's going pretty well just leaving it like that for a few minutes. So I set the tofu aside and meanwhile we're gonna make the tofu marinade. So this is what I'm gonna use to make the tofu marinade. So I'm gonna use some rice wine vinegar, ginger, some olive oil, garlic flavor. Usually I'm using sesame oil, but I'm running out today. Some sweet rice wine mirin. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Some soy sauce, some maple syrup, and some chili flakes. So first you need 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. 1, 2, and 3. 1 tablespoon of garlic oil or sesame oil if you have some. 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar and 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. You can also use just 1 tablespoon if you don't like the marinade of your tofu too sweet. And 2 teaspoons of this. I'm not gonna pronounce that again because I have no idea how you say that. A pinch of ginger. Usually I add garlic as well, but because I'm using garlic infused olive oil, I'm not adding any more garlic in the sauce. So the tofu marinade is ready. Now I'm gonna cut my tofu. So slice the tofu into thin slices like that. You know, not too thick. It's a perfect size to make tofu bagels. So I'm not gonna eat all of that for lunch obviously, but I'm gonna marinate all the block of tofu, so I've got leftover I can freeze or keep for a next lunch. So I simply put all the slices like this into a serving plate. Honestly, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's gonna marinate very well. And now you just pour the sauce on top, the marinade, and just make sure all the slices get covered. And what I usually do, I let the tofu in the marinade for 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes I'm coming back and I give it a mix like this, just to make sure all the slices get flavored with the marinade. But you can also keep the tofu overnight in the fridge if you are busy and you want to prepare that the day before. So to make my high protein tofu bagel for lunch, I choose to buy those bagels. They contain 12 grams of protein per set, which is huge. They taste amazing. They are low carb as well, packed with seeds and perfect for my lunch. Now I'm gonna air fry the tofu. Place the tofu slices in a single layer in the air fryer basket. You can also bake the tofu. You can also cook the tofu in a pan if you like. I just like the air fryer because it makes tofu super crispy and delicious for sandwich. It takes basically 12 minutes to air fry the tofu. The tofu is ready, and as you can see, it's super crispy and lovely, perfect for my sandwich. My sandwich is gonna be pretty simple. I'm gonna use mashed avocado as a base, tofu, spinach, cucumber, sriracha sauce. That's it. Here's my bagel. I'm gonna open it, and then I'm gonna spread a lot of avocado on both sides. Baby spinach, like this. Pretty much 3 slices per bagel, and I have some leftover for my husband's lunch, which is cool. So I'm adding a little bit, well, a lot of sriracha sauce, but I like spicy food. And for crunch, some cucumber slices, and we just made a bagel upside down, but that's okay. Here's my lunch. It's a high protein tofu bagel, and the nice thing about New Zealand in winter, you can still have some sun for lunch. So I'm gonna enjoy my lunch here with a nice sunny day. This afternoon I'm gonna have a quick snack. I'm a bit lazy today, so I'm using this protein pudding mix. It's very easy to put together in 2 minutes, and it tastes like Oreo cookie. So good, and it's clean, natural ingredients as well. So I just thought I should show you the ingredients for this pudding. It's quite natural and pretty healthy and vegan as well. Just add a scoop of protein pudding, about a third cup of soy milk, and mix. So this is a high protein snack that you can make in 2 minutes, so it's very convenient. The ingredients are very healthy and clean as well, and it brings about 18 grams of protein. You can add some toppings as well. I'm gonna show you. That's how the pudding looks like, with pieces of Oreo cookies inside. I'm gonna make a chocolate shell on top with dark chocolate chips and coconut oil. I melt this in the microwave, and I'm gonna add that on top of the pudding. Pour the liquid chocolate on top of the pudding, spread, chop peanuts on top, and I'm popping this in the freezer for about 15 minutes. So this is my afternoon protein snack. It's a protein pudding with a chocolate shell on top and some peanuts. So I'm gonna show you how the shell looks like after spending time in the freezer. So it's still soft in the middle, but crispy as well. So there's a creamy chocolate pudding with chocolate shell on top. It's very, very good. It's 4 p.m. and I'm gonna prepare dinner for my family. We're gonna eat with the kids. So I'm gonna make a dinner that is super easy but packed with proteins and vegetables. I like my kids to eat their veggies. So I'm gonna make a chickpea curry with some broccoli, potatoes, and some rice on the side. I start by peeling some potatoes. When I'm done peeling, I put all the peels in my compost box. Now I'm cutting some broccoli. And break into small pieces. And drain a can of chickpeas. So to make the jasmine rice, I'm adding 1 cup of rice into the saucepan with 1 cup and a quarter cup of cold water. Cover and bring to a boil. To make the curry, I warm about 1 tablespoon of garlic olive oil. When the water is boiling for the rice, reduce it and cook for about 10 minutes. When the oil is warm, I add some frozen diced onion. Add a tablespoon of garam masala and a teaspoon of cumin. 1/3 cup of tomato paste to form a paste. Add a can of coconut cream. Add the chickpeas. Add the broccoli. And for more protein, a cup of frozen edamame beans. Cover and simmer for about 10-12 minutes until the potatoes are cooked. I'm gonna eat this lovely dinner with my kids tonight. I choose to cook some jasmine rice with it, but if you want more protein, cook some buckwheat or quinoa. They are very tasty with this curry as well.
Wow, yummy.
So we had dinner, it's the end of the day and I'm gonna make myself a snack.